What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this Thursday night? We're back with another stream. We're just rapid firing streams lately, it seems. But I don't think anybody's complaining, are we? So today we're going to be taking a look at the SV05. This is a printer that we purchased with our own hard-earned dollars. We picked it up on sale for like $169, and it looks like they're still going for $179, which I still think, based on what I've seen, should still be a pretty good deal for a nice size printer. Things are right out of the gate, just looking at the product page. It does have an auto bed leveling sensor, which I'll take any leveling sensor over no leveling sensor, and it has a 128/64 screen, so doing firmware for this and updates should be fairly straightforward. So we're going to build a printer. We're going to unbox it. It is completely sealed. We've been doing this for years. We do not open the printers before we do the stream. So that way no one can be like, oh, well, you guys tampered with it or sabotaged it. So that's just how we roll here. We are multi-streaming right now. So, and if you guys do end up wanting to pick up one of these printers, there is an Amazon affiliate link in our video description. So you guys can check that out. We really appreciate you using that. If you guys are buying other stuff from Amazon, I understand that we're not the only place that sells stuff. We do have an affiliate link if you guys want to support us that way. Every little bit counts, especially with how terrible the economy's been this year. So we appreciate every little bit. So we're going to jump into this. I do see Legion is asking about the Ender 6. What do you thought about thoughts on the 6? It's one of my favorite machines. I love it. I actually got a custom enclosure I made on the top there. We don't sell those anymore, unfortunately. They ended up being too expensive and nobody bought them. So yeah, but I'm really excited about this. It looks to be a really nice machine. So we're going to see what they did. I'm going to make some predictions here. I'm going to assume it's probably got tinned wires. I'm going to also assume it's probably got a 422 board in it from Creality. And it's probably going to have a Creality knockoff power supply. That seems to be the way things are going. And we also have with us Tor. He is joining us. Oh, look, he's got his fancy streamer mic out today.
Howdy. Oh, I just moved it up. It's normally down here.
Oh, is that what you were using before?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, we're going to do our off to the side, and put this up here. I do have Rumble chat open. All the other
nice,
coming
Legion.
Here.
Hope you enjoyed that.
What's that?
I was responding to Legion in the chat.
Oh, buy your board for the Ender 3. Okay, yeah, the Ender 6 can run our board too. There's actually a stream and some details on that. It's fairly easy to swap it over. All right, let's get right into the guts of this, and we're going to see what it is. 3D HP, Mr. Jerry's here. What's up, Jerry? I feel like we do get more viewers during the later streams, and I did remember to send this out. I did remember to send out the email notification to the list. So, all right. I'm going to take everything out of the box. It looks like we got the bed as a separate unit here, and we got the crappy little floppy magnet discs. This looks like it's a 235. Is it? It probably is a 235. Let's see. It is a 235. So when we get our next shipment in of Easy Flexes, I'll be stealing one for this because we are out of stock on them right now. Those went pretty quick when we did a sale on those. All right. We got part of the Z here. You see that? I'm going to just set this on the floor here and bring everything up onto the counter here. I do have the LM filament here. I'm probably going to print with that. Let's see. We got all sorts of goodies here. So we got a support bracket for the bed, the screen, which it is
so glad they added that from the Ender 5.
What's that? Oh, yeah. This is interesting. They're actually omitting the is this not on autofocus? No, it's still on manual focus from last stream. Hang on, let me change that. They omitted the EXP1 and 2 headers because this printer doesn't need it. I guess they're saving like 5 cents a piece on those screens by doing that, which I guess doesn't matter. All right. So we've got the control board here.
I mean, it's less confusion for the customers, so that's better.
Yeah, I see a micro USB port on here. I can't tell. We're going to get into the guts of it, but it looks like it's probably going to be a 422 board. All right. There is quite a bit of stuff in here. Yeah, it's definitely got a knockoff power supply, so you're not getting a Meanwhile on here. I can tell by the fan. Meanwhiles have the screws going this way, and it's really light. Like the
does that not have a
reality one, huh?
Does that not have a bottom on it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I see. That's weird.
But it is a Creality knockoff of a Meanwhile, so can't win them all. But if people want cheaper printers, guess what? You get cheaper parts going into the printers. So the base is all pre-assembled. The top is pre-assembled. This is not square at all.
Wow.
See this? Like this is look how
like you can just
look
see
how
it.
far out that is. That's supposed to be flush. I mean, like I can push it back. Like I'm gonna go and tighten all this up, but yeah. I'm assuming once you bolt everything up, it should kind of square itself up. Oh yeah, it's 2020 extrusion here, or 2040 extrusion. So drilled, just the act of bolting it all together kind of forces everything to go where it should. So
that's if the cuts are flush.
All right. So I'm assuming this box is all the stuff. We're probably gonna. I'm assuming once we're gonna go through the box here. So we got our tools and stuff. Standard fare SD card reader with an SD card. Some spare parts here, nozzle fitting, and a little Bowden clip. Nothing to write home about here. Some other random pieces, which I'm not sure what they're for, but I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go through the build. Looks like something for the bearings. I got a bunch of here. M5, the M5 playmat or piemat. Their labels make no sense. M4 by 20, M4 by 25s. More M5, the playmat. Oh, this is the playmat. M5, the playmat. And the M4 by 10, M4 by 10, the M4 by 10. You guys could have just put M4 by 10. Oh, this is funny. Look at, if you guys don't believe me, Sovol's like a division of Creality. It literally says Creality on the injection molded part here.
What is that for?
This is like a cable, like a little cable support manager thing. We got a spool holder. We got a USB micro cable. A freaking thing, and then we're gonna just throw them in the garbage.
I would actually laugh if that was a power only.
If that what?
That USB was power only.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
With what it looks like all the ones that I get that are only power.
Yeah.
Just like cheap white.
All right.
Line up in a day.
Let's see. So the printer, 3D printer user manual. Please plug the power into a 3-hole power jack. Detailed tutorial 4 are available in the TF cards. I'm assuming there's a video. They've been doing that. They put videos on the SD cards. They call them TF because it stands for trans flash over there. So pretty self-explanatory. It looks like we got everything in here. Fixing block for the hot bed holder. That's why I said I figured this was probably something for the bed, probably for the bearings, or something. We'll figure it out. Oh, you know what? It's for the arms here. They go in like this. It's for the arms.
That's the part that says Creality?
No, this little cable manager thing here.
Oh, okay.
It says Creality.
I was about to say, if Creality was giving those bed support out with
right,
where are those Commander 5?
Okay, so how you determine which part is the base? You got the little cable raceway here, so that's going to go on the right, and the the one with the flat face extrusion is going to go on the right with the holes. That's where the power supply is going to mount. I'm assuming. We're going to put 4 of the M5 by 25 playmat screws in here, and then Yeah, it tells you here. So we're just gonna jump into it. Then you bolt the top on. How many screws do we do to the top? We got 4 screws for the top. I'm assuming there's some on the side here. I know it says 8 here. Oh, there's some on the side. So they go on the top and the side. So you can see that there. So they go on the top, and then the second step is the side. So there are 8. We'll install the chassis. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Yeah, Comet, do not. Is this going to be a thing now where he just comes up and starts bugging the shit out of me as soon as I start streaming? Because he's been doing this like every stream. Like he lets me get started, and then he comes up and he's like, "You are talking to someone else. It's not me, father."
Jay from YouTube chat. SV05 is pretty fun because pretty funny because it's just a modded Ender 5 Pro. Yeah. When I saw it, it's like, oh, it's all the upgrades Creality should have sent with the Ender 5 Pro. It's like,
well, they rush. Here's the thing. So Sovol typically doesn't rush stuff out. Typically. So all of these are actually flat face, and they tell you to put the ones with the with these facing you, and then I guess these face out on the rear. So I'm looking for one with screws drilled in it, which I think is this last one here.
Most of Sovol printers that I've seen,
what's the cost of this printer? This one is $179. I paid $169. It's under $200 typically. I probably would not buy it for more than $200. $200 would definitely be my max. All right. So we're gonna use M5 by 25s. Yeah, M5 by 25s.
Waits like 6 months or so, and then comes out with essentially a modded version that is
what are you talking
better
about?
Than the original. Like Sovol's business plan for printers. Just
like Creality released the crappy one first.
Yeah, see what's wrong with it with the community, and then release a better version.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Make sure I don't lose my screws here. Yeah, so the good thing, even though the frame was a little kind of screwy out of the box on the bottom here, the way this goes together, as soon as you tighten the screws down, it's gonna force it to go where it should be. So that's good. They at least, whether that was intentional or just happened to work out that way. Still gross just buying SV06. I do like the SV06. However, this is a little more moddable than the SV06, and it doesn't use the damn ribbon cable. So I'd be kind of hard pressed. Like there's trade-offs to both. They're both good printers. This looks like it's probably going to be a pretty good printer from what I've heard, especially at this price point. I think these were like were these like $235 when they came out about 6 months ago?
I believe so. Something like that. They were over 200.
Because I remember seeing it and I was like, it's cool, but it's not like I wasn't ready to bite at the price it was at. So, but here's the thing too. There's also people that like maybe you already have an SV06 and you just want another printer to mess with. That's different. I'm kind of that way. I've got a billion different printer models. Would an SV06 be easier to put together? Probably. This is definitely a little more involved. However, this you have a little more flexibility. Like this would be easier to convert to a Core XY if you wanted. Good luck with the SV06. It's not impossible, but it probably wouldn't be worth your time because that's all linear rod type setup.
And you can get a lot smaller enclosure on this type of printer rather than H-frame.
Yeah. This would be easier to enclose. I mean, here's a good cool thing about this market. Like there are so many different printer models and variations and styles that like you can buy what you like. You know, like some people like these box style ones that are Cartesian, and other people don't. So, oh, looks like Krista popped in here. Krista, you should be able to add yourself to the stream.
Yo.
Hello.
All right. Let's go ahead and get the other. I'm putting all the uprights on here. This does feel like, here's the thing. I feel like the Ender 5, and I do have 2 Ender 5s. I own 2 of them. I think we bought both of them too. I don't think we got any of them given to us. But I feel like the Ender 5 had a lot more extrusion and it was a little more complicated to put together, or am I just remembering things wrong, Tor?
I haven't seen
Hello.
the XY yet. Or I haven't looked at over the XY yet on the SV, but I'm pretty sure they're about the same.
Are they? It's been a while. Can you look up and see when the Ender 5 came out? Because I feel like it's been at least 3 or 4 years now. It's been a hot minute since the Ender 5 came out. So yeah, I mean, I think in general this will probably end up being a decent printer, especially for sub $200. You know, and again, benefits to these, you're not locked down into cloud crap like some of these other vendors that are coming out. Yeah, it might not be as easy to use if you're a newbie, but I'm more of the mindset, give me a printer that I can upgrade, I can modify, I can repair versus something that's going to lock me into only using what the manufacturer wants me to use, you know, in terms of parts and upgrades. So, or even just being able to upgrade it in general, like a lot of the printers, like I was going to say the Creality K1, but those are even moddable because they're running Clipper and not proprietary stuff. Give me one sec.
I think they came out in like 2018, didn't they?
What's that?
The Ender 5s.
I don't know. You should be able to find out. Like, just go on YouTube and search like Creality Ender 5 and see when the oldest video is. Like, that's usually what I do if I can't find a release date, because a lot of these companies do not have release dates.
Date first available was November 2018 on Amazon.
Okay. All right, I'm almost done. And as I'm putting these together, I'm making sure that these are all flush and straight and they aren't all cockeyed and shit. So, but the frame, once I put these uprights on, did tighten up pretty good. So I don't know, I'm assuming they probably intended for this all, once it goes together, to stiffen up. So, I mean, it's a very simple frame. You know, you got the 4 pieces on the bottom, you got the 4 uprights and the 4 pieces on the top, and that gives you your box. So, all right. We're fairly square here. Well, I'll wait until I get the top on to evaluate that. Okay, so we're gonna drop the top on. We're using M5 by 25s again. We're use 4 through the top and then 4 on the side. So I'm gonna drop the top on, and this is the front of the printer that's facing me. So I'm gonna want to have the front of the machine facing me.
Look, it's rain. SV05 is basically a better Ender 5. Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
All right. Let's see here. And what I'm going to do while I put this together, I'm going to try to, like, it's still, this table's flat. This is not right now. So I'm going to see if we can try to get this squared up a little better. I'm going to put some of the screws in, but I'm not going to tighten these all down yet. I'm just going to pop these in for right now. So there's screws that go in the sides here and one through the top on each corner. But we'll see if just putting this in stiffens everything up and makes it not all weebly wobbly, because you do want you want your frame to be square. If it's not, you're gonna have all sorts of print quality issues, and things will be skewed. Especially too, since this comes with an ABL sensor. If your frame isn't square, you're in for a rough time. It should have the 422s with the 2208s. I hope it doesn't have the 2208s, because the 422s with the 2208, those boards had overheating problems. Jamie Heathers on Rumble says, I've seen this printer before. Do you have one? Now, this back one here, once I put this on, I'm going to tighten this down because there's no adjustment on the side ones on these because it goes right into the extrusion. There's definitely more room for error on assembly on this versus like the SV06. However, the frame seems to be, maybe not. We'll have to see. I'm probably gonna have to loosen a bunch of stuff up and let this settle out. So this will be a good teaching experience or teaching moment to show you guys how to un-Chinese the Chinese printers. Because
So wobbly.
that's really bad. Do you see this?
Oh my.
Although this is kicked out a little bit. No, it's still not getting any better.
Yikes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up the bolts going to the uprights and those corner brackets. Then I'm going to tighten the upright bolts down and then tighten the corner brackets up after I get it all squared up. So
Do you have a square?
no, I can tell it's out of square because it rocks on the table. If it was square,
no. Well, no, duh. I'm asking if you actually have a square handy.
I have one in the garage, but we don't need one. We know how to build a printer frame. I just wish I hadn't had tightened these down as much as I did.
I just like to do it properly.
You use a square on your builds?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I wanted a square. As possible.
you're better than I am. I'm just good at eyeballing it. All right, I am undoing. You guys can't see me right now, and I'm soloing the camera like I do all the time. I'm loosening up the bolts that I put into the uprights on the bottom here, and then we're gonna loosen up these corner brackets that came pre-installed on the printer. So I suspect those are the issue. And what doing that is gonna do is allow everything to kind of like float and settle, so it can get all squared up. And like I said, I know this table here is flat. So it'll be a good thing to use for reference. All right, I got two more on the uprights, this other upright in the corner here. And then we got to loose up those corner brackets. Yeah, that's, honestly, I was expecting those corner brackets to kind of loosen up a little bit and just kind of fall into place when you tighten everything up, but they're actually holding fairly decent for little corner brackets. Just enough to mess with it. So, I don't know. I feel like I would almost rather them just not try to pre-assemble it. Oh, hey, look at we're starting to float a little bit. See how it's not wobbling? It's wobbly, but it's not rocking on the table. So I'm going to loosen these up here. Just a turn to let the pressure off. Because that's the problem. They got messed up in shipping. And I can see them shifting as I'm loosening them up. All right. Now the top frame looks pretty square. So I'm going to actually tighten up the top here. And we're going to use that to help us align this. So make sure this is all flat. I'm going to tighten this down here.
If it is a 422, I'm going to...
I would assume it's probably going to be 422. Especially at this price point.
I'm assuming the Ender 5 firmware would probably work for it.
It's not going to work for it because the extruder is not the same at all. It's a completely different extruder setup. This is a direct drive, and this also has a CR touch on it. All right.
Okay, a modified Ender 5 firmware. Slightly.
Yeah. No, I'll get.
I'm sure mostly.
Unless this has some weird ass HC32 processor, we'll be able to get our firmware on here. So, which is the goal. It's one of the reasons I bought it, is because people kept asking me to do stuff for the SV05 and the SV05, and then it came on sale. I was like, fine, I will buy an SV05. Man, those wheels are over tightened to hell. Shocker. But yeah, whoever assembled the bottom of this thing was definitely like, just get it done. It's Friday, man. I got people to hang out with and plans. I think this was a Friday printer. I don't think this was a Monday printer. All right, we're looking a lot better. So now now that I got those in, I'm gonna tighten these corner pieces back up, and then I'm gonna flip it over and retighten down the the bottoms that I loosened up. I don't know why I don't just use a drill to do this.
It's my turn to lag. I'm slicing.
I got the VM set up for doing streams without lagging my stream, so it'll offload it to my server downstairs. And I even set up a file share between my desktop and the server, so basically I can transfer the compiled firmware between the two really quickly on the local network. I turn the torque down on that a little bit. Because this thing, Milwaukee brushless versus Chinese bolts and frame, is probably not a good combination for sending it. But that's a hell of a lot quicker. And look at, she's not rocking anymore. All right, let me do the bottoms here. Am I going to Core XY this? No, but I am going to Core XY and Ender 5 very soon. See, look at, when I tighten this up, it's starting to weeble wobble again. What the hell?
Are the extrusions not cut the same?
And the feet look like they're the same. These are, is this flush? This looks flush. Like, I'm just looking here. It looks pretty good. Like, there's no play in this at all. I'm trying to figure out why. Man, even on a 2, this drill is not torquing out.
Oh,
I'm wondering if this bottom frame is just like skewed. All right, they're all tightened back down. Let's see. Okay, it's good now. It must just have been because they were
Rain,
it must have just because it must because they were all not tightened. Okay. We're good now. We're good now. I was about to be like, you gotta be kidding me.
Hey, Al. Hope you've been well.
Let's see.
Last up.
All right, I've got to put 2 M4x20s and 2 M5x8s with T-nuts for the chassis. So the chassis is going to use T-nuts in addition to the M5s. Oh yeah, these are super over tightened. Like holy, they screwed these wheels. I'm probably gonna have to replace these wheels. Yeah, whoever assembled my printer at Sovol just did not give a shit. I'm just gonna loosen all these up. Hopefully this wasn't in the box for too long. Like we just got this in. We got this in about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. But holy shit, are these eccentric wheels way too tight. God. Like, just leave them loose. Like, Jesus, tell your people not to crank these things down. Like, you have foam to keep them from, like, even loose. I can, with them loosely contacting, I can still feel. So there's bearings that are already screwed on this. Like, why do these companies do this shit? It's so annoying. Like, properly, like, you guys literally make printers. Like, properly assemble your shit. All right. They do have a reverse boat in here. I need to look and see. Oh, they don't have any pictures of where everything goes. I think the filament sensor mounts in the back here. So I'm going to assume we want the wiring coming out this direction, like over, I would assume. Also, I just realized one of my end stop switches, the little lever is missing from it. Unless it's supposed to. It's still Holmes. But it's missing the lever. Okay. I'm trying to see if they have a picture of how the wires are going to be routed, because obviously if I route the wires the wrong way, it's going to be, I'm going to have to take the box off and remount it, and I don't want to do that. There are no pictures. Let me look at their, I'm going to look at their video. L is the only, I think you're the only one watching on Facebook there, Al. Let's see. And before I get all sorts of malware. Just kidding. Sovol's never done that. Creality has. Sovol operation video. All right, I'm going to see what he does here. Here, I'll present. Nope, that's not it. What do you mean by portfolio? What is he talking about? I'm very confused. All right, let's see. This is what I want to see. Okay, so I did make the right call. They have it over. They have the control. Oh, did they have a note there? Please note the integrity cable is routed from the outside of the frame rather than routed from inside. Okay, so my gut was right. All right. All right, we're going to go back to that view. That's all I wanted to double check. And I'm going to make sure that these are not tangled before I mount this all up. Okay. All right. They're routed from, so I'm assuming the cables go like this. So there's a T-nut right here, and then we got 2 M4s that go through the frame into here. So very interesting. I mean, I guess that keeps the cost down because you only got this small little control box instead of a big one. Dogs, lay down. You're not going outside. Don't start that shit right now. Lay down. These damn dogs, they always do this. They were just out. All right, so there's a T-nut. Oh, so there's a T-nut here. And this has got to go in the extrusion here. So I loosen this up a little bit. Put that in there. And then I think they said the M4x25s. Where's my manual? Oh, it's on the floor. I actually need to reference that to see what screws. I know we're using M4s. It's M4x20. M4x20. Okay. M4x20, M4x20, the M4x20. That's what the bag says. Just in case. I mean, I don't know if this is an M4x20. You know, I think I need like the same thing written like 5 more times on the bag to really just drive the point home that it's the M4x20s. The question is, it's 2023. Why have the Chinese not figured out to like properly label things and communicate in English? Like it's like a little ridiculous at this point. Like this has been an ongoing thing, like basically since they
save
entered.
So much time and money.
Just YOLOing it. Like it's honestly like it's a little ridiculous. Like they've been doing business in English speaking countries for decades now, and they still somehow manage to screw it all up.
I think there are a few companies that have hired like an American or
like I'll give I may not like
European
Bamboo, but at least they have stuff in proper English.
to once over their guides. It's like, okay,
yeah.
this sounds funky.
All right, so I put those in. It says 2 of the covers. So there's, okay, that's what these are for. Oh, okay. So these are little grommets they give you to plug the holes in the front here. Well, that's a nice touch. Okay. Yeah, English. Yeah, it's English. This is exactly what it is. There was, I don't know if the site's up. There was a website called English.com, and it was like when the internet was first starting out, it was a thing. And there's a lot of that. All right, so M5x30s, we're using 4 M5x30s to bolt this whole Z assembly into the back here. So I'm going to get this started by hand here while this printer is on its back. It's probably the easiest way to do it, to be honest, instead of trying to hold it all up. All right. Yeah, it's these are steel bolts with aluminum tapped extrusion. Even on the lowest setting, my Milwaukee fuel is not torquing out. So we just gotta use our feel to not over torque it. But dear God, does this beat doing it by hand?
Oh yeah, I have a little Ryobi hand thing with a LED light. So nice for doing these. It is not a Core X.
Honestly, I have all M18 stuff. I don't know if they make like a small M18 drill. I think I'd probably have to go down to the M12, which I only have one M12 tool. I've got one other like reciprocating tools, like the oscillating tools that Krista got me for Christmas one year. I've yet to use it, but all right, mounting the hotbed. So we got to mount the hotbed to the whatchamahoosit down here. And that is 6 M4x10s. I'm going to actually turn the air conditioning on in my office. It's been off because it's like 77 degrees in here and I'm very warm.
Welcome to the channel.
Um,
all right. It's not a Core XY. It's a Cartesian machine because it's not a Core XY. That's why it's not a Core XY.
Core XY has.
I love how everybody sees a box frame printer and they're like, it's a Core XY every single time.
Core XY has both motors controlling the X and Y motors both control X and Y.
Yeah, they're linked. There's a belt system that links it all. All right.
I have a good example.
I am, I'll give it this. I've used, I'm using them right now, but I've used these are the bits from our screwdriver set I'm using. And knock on wood, even with the overpowered drill that I probably shouldn't be using with a precision screwdriver set bit, I have yet to snap a single one. So we'll see if that jinxes me or not, but I'm feeling pretty confident in my own product. All right, so there's 6 of these here. I'm putting them all in. There's a washer and a bolt. Yeah, I can't remember what printer came out, but there was one that was definitely not a Core XY. And there was like some guy, this was back when I actually participated in the Facebook groups before they turned into total just shit shows. Like this guy was like, no, it's a Core XY. See, it's the box. I was like, dude,
No,
it's not a
like,
Core XY. It doesn't have the Core XY belt system. It's a motor for X and a motor for Y.
Yeah, I have my V0 up on the camera. But it's hard to see, but there's belt system is completely different on these 2 printers. This has 2 belts controlled by these 2 motors in the back.
It's actually pretty simple to explain. So Cartesian, there's 1 motor per axis, and Core XY, the X and Y axis movement is done by 2 motors at all times. So to move an X and Y, you have 2 motors involved. All right. Okay. Now we need 4 M4x25s. Or 8 M4x25s and T-nuts. They're having us put, this is for these brackets here.
Oh yeah, Teaching Tech has a good video explaining the differences.
So we got to put the supports on here, which, given the fact that the Ender 5, we are one of our 2, or actually I think both of ours have printed braces that look just like this.
Mine did
Oh,
before.
did they use T-nuts to go in the back here? That's funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're using T-nuts instead of putting threaded inserts. They're making you put T-nuts in here.
Why not just regular nuts?
That's probably too expensive, Tor. Okay, come on. People want cheap printers. This is how you get cheap printers, with kind of janky solutions, okay? Sacrifices must be made. This is going to be a pain in the ass to get on here.
That's not too bad to do.
Do these go on the inside? Oh, they go on the inside.
I've
but still,
done the printed ones. They're not too
yeah,
bad,
on the Ender 5, yeah. Still not going to be great to get this on here.
It's not horrible.
Because you can't really like pre-thread them. Like, yeah, they go through, you can see they go through here. And then you have the M5 or the M3s here, or the M4s here. Okay, so we're gonna put a T-nut on there. Yeah, this is kind of fiddly.
They're around 170 right now, Al.
Like I've seen them. So Sovol's official Amazon page, which is what's linked in the video description, it's 179 right now.
Which is better, Core XY or Cartesian?
Core XY can print faster, but they're more complicated.
Yeah.
Cartesian is always simpler. Core XY,
really
there's a lot more room for error with Core XYs, but they can print faster. They're both gonna print stuff. It's just,
yeah, they're both getting the job done.
And Core XY is always going to be more expensive as well, just because there's more parts involved. It's more complicated assembly. There's a reason Cartesian machines are cheap, is because they're designed to be fairly cheap machines. So this is kind of fiddly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but still kind of a pain to put these in.
Yeah, Rain is correct as well. Core XY scales badly at big machine sizes because of the belts.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, Yeah, Cartesian, you can basically just make it as big as you want, and it's probably going to be okay. Oh, need a 2.5 here. Hate when the bits stick in the tool heads or in the screw heads. So, because these bits are also tapered, so they really bite into the screw heads.
Yeah, I do the same thing with mine.
All right, that's on. I will say though, that does make a difference with the bed. That does
People
make the
are
bed
able-
a lot more robust. All right. Okay. See if I can get that through there. Well, there we go. All right, can I get the next one? Yeah, as soon as I saw it said T-nuts and there's just a slot, I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of fiddly to get this on here. I mean, at least you're only doing it once. Okay.
Now, is all this extra effort better than just making it a printer with dual Z?
I have no idea.
I'd rather just have dual Z.
Okay. God, it took way longer than I feel like it should have. Even with a drill. Al's over on Facebook saying he feels like a ghost. Well, come over to YouTube or Rumble or Twitch. That's where everybody's at. Looks like most people chatting are on YouTube. We got some people on Twitch here. We got 36 people watching right now. All
They
right,
didn't
so
do any strain relief for the bed.
there is no strain relief, but I think our solid bed mounts will fit on there. Which this even stock would be a good candidate for
Hello,
those with the
Matthew.
strain relief. All right.
I do whatever.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
okay.
Oh, I clicked on the
All
wrong.
right. I will say, I do like that they give you this reverse Bowden setup because this is convenient for feeding filament in. However, if you notice, there's a thing here as if it would have a filament sensor, but it doesn't have a filament sensor. This is actually the hole spacing for the filament sensor Creality uses on the Ender 3S1 and Sovol uses on the SV01 Pro. I don't think this comes with filament sensor. So you know what that means? We'll be getting a filament sensor on here with one of our easy out kits. All right, we're almost done. I got to put T-nuts on a bracket for the... basically, in this step, we're putting the power supply on. We're putting the feed for the filament here. And then we just got to hook all the wires up. All right, so the spool goes over here on the back side. They actually tell you in the guide how many millimeters to put it from the bottom. So
So it doesn't drag.
What's that?
So it doesn't drag on the ground or on the table.
Yeah. Your mic's kind of crackly tonight, Tor. I don't know why.
It's probably because I was slicing.
Oh, is that what mine does when I'm doing
kind
it?
of gargle out and get crackly a bit.
Well, I'm always on the sending end. I'm not on the receiving end of when I do something. All right, so it says from the bottom of the extrusion to here, it's 2020 extrusion. It says 155. I don't know why they don't just say 175. So the bottom of this should be right about here. And we just used our TH3D ruler there to set that real quick. Which, if you guys want a little cool PCB ruler, there are 5 whole doll hairs in our shop right now. Five whole doll hairs. Boom, look at that beautiful ruler. Oh, that's so pretty. It's even got the GPIO pinouts for a pi. And wire traces, and wire gauges, and screw size. It's fun. It's a fun little multi-functional ruler. Well, Blasto, I'll tell you what. If you make it down here for the LAN party this weekend, I'll give you a ruler. And I do want to mention, I mentioned this on our TikTok Live. If you are in the Northwest Indiana area and want to come to a LAN party to this weekend that we're throwing, it's not an open invite because I don't want random weird people in my house, but I'm down to chat with people and get a feel for you. And if I don't think you're going to murder us, you might get an invite to our LAN party. All right, spool holders on. Next one. Need the other 2 M4x20s and the covers for the crappy PSU. La crappy PSU. Gotta love knockoffs. Okay, so they were smart enough here, Tor. Let's appreciate this. So you can they use XT60 for the power input and for the bed, but they're not the same, so you can't accidentally put the power into the out.
Oh, they flip to which ones?
Yeah,
I mean,
all right,
you could have somebody plug in the bed directly.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could do that. It would definitely heat the bed, but I mean,
that will be a fun time.
That would be a special kind of stupid, though. But I've been working in retail for many years, and it is entirely possible that somebody would be dumb enough to do that, and then wonder why
the things I've seen.
The things I have seen. The general public is generally pretty dumb. And I'm not sorry if that offends you. Like, the stuff we have seen is crazy. Like, and we have the people that are like not only just dumb, but they're insanely rude to us because of their own stupidity. Those are the best ones. All right, I'm looking to see how they manage the cables here. I'm just going to share that so you guys can see. Let's see.
No,
so the gray mark, okay, so we're putting, I already did that. So all of them, I'm checking to see, do all of them go in that raceway? I think they do. Be careful not to let the seam press the wire. He is struggling there to get that back on. I love how they just caught. They're like, ah, fuck it.
And it's not.
We're just gonna cut it.
Longer than the bottom? Is the top longer than the bottom?
It is longer than on that one. Yeah, it must have been a pre-production unit. Okay, it must have been a pre-production unit. We're gonna go with that. I love how they just cut. They're like, yeah, we're just okay.
You
okay,
get
man,
the idea. Let's move on.
Yeah, just put it on. Okay, boom, magic. It's done. It's donezo. All right. And Mr. Needy Pants is coming over to lay on his bed in here now. I give it like 5 minutes till he's back trying to get attention in my lap. Well, fast are Needy Pants. I mean, I will say it's a simple little cable raceway, but you know what? It works. It cleans it all up. If it works, it ain't stupid. All right, let's bolt the knockoff on here. Do you think like the Sovol team gives the Creality team shit for all their printer problems?
I hope they do.
They're like, we're just gonna wait for you guys to mess it up,
bully
and
them
then we're gonna
until
do it
they're
better.
better.
All right, let's see if I have as much trouble as the Chinese guy did getting this cable cover on. So I'll push this all down in here. Put that on here. Just get it started. And you should just be able to squeeze it from front to back, making sure the wires are out of the way, and then have it go down. There you go. That wasn't hard. But yeah, look at that. That cleans up the wiring nice. All right, so we got to connect. What is this? We got our Y. So like, why do I do this? Why do I keep buying printers I don't need just to do crappy YouTube streams on them? Especially in this economy. All right, we got our X here. Whoop. Got our X motor here. And our X stop is right here. All right. I don't like how there's no strain relief for this. It's just hanging out there. Just not moving by the will of God and the holding strength.
No,
of
we
the
don't,
10
Matt.
connectors.
No, we don't.
I should have Matt's print. Matt's printer is going to be on the bench tomorrow. I think the other Matt. There's too many damn Matts in this area. Do people in Hobart, Indiana, just not, or in Northwest Indiana, just not know any other name for guys other
Yes.
than Matt?
I know like 10 Matts.
There are too many damn Matts. But my Matt that works for me got all the parts swapped out on his machine. Now here's the thing: they have this clip here, and I don't know what this is for. And I feel like this was an afterthought because it's not mentioned anywhere in the steps that you do it. I'm going to assume it's going to be used for the Y cable back there, because it's nowhere to be found even in the guide. So this is just like an extra thing. So I'm going to put it back here because it's made to clip on a 2040. So I'm going to put this little guy right back here.
Are you?
I'm going to go right back here with this. Since they included it, might as well use it. Creality probably had a billion of them. They're like, hey, we made too many of these for the Ender 3S1. Just take it. Take it. And it's a little reminder that even though it says Sovol, it's really just a slightly less crappy Creality. All right, we got to put the LCD screen on. It has one of my favorite LCD screens because they just work.
You know, I was wondering what that was, Matt.
I love how Silent Rush is all over this. He's like simping hard for the SV05. I think he's one of the people that was asking about the SV05. And the funny is, somebody yesterday was like wrote this long comment begging us to do something with the KP3S Pro, and I just replied, I was like, just wait until tonight, and that's all I posted. That's the only thing I said to them. And then we did a stream that night. And we got rated by Loyal Moses. That was the first time getting rated on Twitch. All right. Oh, and I should mention, if you guys want good deals on filament, we have 15% off on all filaments. Our filaments, Polymakers, every filament that's in stock, you can get 15% off right now. And that is good for, what, 4 more days? 4 or 5 more days? That kit's been going for a little bit. I got a bunch of filament to ship out tomorrow. All right, I'm going to plug the LCD in. The other thing I just realized, too, is only having that one LCD header populated really probably reduces people not reading the directions and plugging it into the wrong header
earlier.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm not going to use their cable. I am going to check their cable, see if they gave me a properly grounded one. I actually haven't done this in a while, but there were a couple printers, I think it was a Tronxy, where we actually didn't have continuity on the ground. The pin was there, it just didn't have any wire going to it. And luckily we did get a grounded cable. So I am, however, going to check the ground between the chassis. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to check the ground between the chassis and the PSU so I can come off this little T-nut here because that's biting in there. And we have 0.35 ohms. That's not bad. Let's see the power supply chassis. 0.26. So the Creality power supplies, even though they're knockoffs, are getting better about proper safety. So that's good to see. Because, you know, when it goes tits up, you want to make sure you have a good ground so it doesn't find it through your body. All right.
Blasto, what do you mean?
The CR10 Mini, Blasto, the CR10 Mini has been dead for years.
Yeah.
All right.
We have
Oh, wait.
parts for it. What do you want?
Hang on. I'm an idiot. I didn't set the power switch. There we go. Set the power switch. And the CR Touch just made a noise. It says Sovol, SV05 ready. All right, let's see. We're going to see if it's still, I mean, the frame's kind of square still. I'm going to auto home this and see what happens.
Okay, Joel.
Yeah, okay, Joel. Fair enough. Oh my God. Why do they have these runs so slow? Nope. Well, that's a great start. BL touches and CR touches, man. We got to go slow so our crappy sensor actually works.
I could have done my full bed tilt.
Are you slicing right now?
And everything. It's open.
Oh.
It might be pulling something.
All right. I'm gonna disable the steppers here, and I'm gonna adjust the eccentric nuts on the X and Y here. Because remember, I loosened them up because they were over tightened.
How's that? A little better?
It's still like crackling on mine. Is it crackling for our viewers? Because it could just be StreamYard's being dog shit on my end. Krista, is his voice crackling for you?
Yes.
Okay, then it's probably you, Tor. Oh man, this like bolt is just straight up loose on here. Well, that's lovely. I feel like I got a Friday printer. And if you guys don't know what that means everybody was trying to get the hell out of there because it's a weekend. And whoever put this together just did not give a shit.
How's that?
I'll have to know when you're talking a little bit more.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Sounds okay. It sounded like it was like cutting off, like just like chopping out.
Have a good one, Al.
NVIDIA broadcast. Have a good one, Al. Thanks for stopping by.
Al. All right. So we can go a little tighter. There we go. Just gonna adjust these. All right. Well, let's preheat this, and we're gonna see what it is. And should we use their test files, or should I slice something for it?
I may as well use theirs. Is it if it's PLA, use Loyal Moses's.
What's that?
Right there. Use Loyal's filament since it's right there.
Yeah.
It's a Monday model. I mean, it could be a Monday model here too.
No, it's a Friday model. Friday is the one where you get the crappy ones.
Germany.
Ooh. I hear a fan already going out.
Oh no.
The 4020 fan's not making that great of noises. It could also just need to break in, but it's like, and it's probably, God damn it. Is my mic still working?
Yeah.
Okay, because my thing just ate shit. I really need to like do this. Drop the pad down my shirt, wire travel in there, so I can't catch it on shit. I will say these cheap little wireless lapel mics that I got. I mean, I call them cheap because in comparison they're cheap. But I think they were still over $200 when I bought them. But they have held up pretty well. All right, so I'm preheating it right now. Everything's heating up. So it does, despite all the little hiccups, it does work. I'm not hating it yet, so we'll see if that changes once I start using it. But the extruder looks like the same one that they put on the SV01 Pro, so it's basically like a Titan Arrow, which I'm not going to be disappointed with that. That's a nice extruder still, even in this day and age. All right. I do like that they included a feed. They have a change filament option. Change filament, yes. Oh, there's a super basic. It's only Why are you parking all the way over there? Do you want to bet that they probably have the? Do you want to bet they probably have the firmware set wrong, just like the Ender 5s, Tor?
Oh, the home position.
Like this is 0-0 instead of the front left, like everything should be. Are we not feeding? We're at the hot end. Why are we not going in? Okay. So the filament change doesn't work.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I don't think Creality has had the filament change working in a number of years. That's why a lot of people switch to our firmware. Because I've been asked specifically if our filament change worked.
Why is this not feeding through?
Did they clog it at the factory?
No, if for some reason it's not. It was. I had to manually push it through. It wasn't grabbing it, which is weird. For this style, sure, it is coming out. There was no filament in this. It immediately is ours. So this was never heated up and tested. Which sadly I think is going to become the new norm, because as people are the space is getting more and more competitive, they're going to cost cut to give people cheaper printers, and you guys are going to get shittier printers, but cheaper printers. Unless you're willing to pony up the money for the more expensive stuff. All right. I'm going to see what they say about doing an offset. If there should be a Z offset on here. Talk about loading the filament. They say it'll just pull it in, which it didn't.
Huh.
Obviously, I'm more than capable of troubleshooting that. They do talk about, they said click bed, so the bed leveling, said click bed trim, the XYZ will automatically return to 0. The 0 touch will finally stop at the center of the hotbed. Place a piece of paper. So they want you to manually do it and then set an offset or something. This is gonna be I feel like this is gonna be a really weird firmware setup here. Yeah. The problem with the printers getting cheap is that for new people that don't know any better, like people that have had printers before, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But people that are new, they're not going to have a good time. That's the thing. So, all right, I'm going to go to bed trimming here. Which is can make the firmware guy read the manual. All right, so we're just going to manually level this out, just like we would do. Which is good. They tell you to do it. It's not a bad idea to level your bed. Me personally, I just do solid mounts and let the sensor and the firmware, figure all that out for me. But looking at this now, it looks like our solid mounts would fit on this, including the one with the strain reliefs, like the nicer kit, not just the spacers. All right. Okay. That should go in the center. All right, it's actually pretty good. gonna tell it done. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and run a print here. My Z is at 4 right now, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna auto home, and then I'm gonna set my Z offset because I don't know if they're gonna have any sort of baby stepping, which is like surprising at this point because at this point, like it should just be on in most firmware builds, but these companies don't really pay attention to what they're doing. All right, so our Z right now is at 10. I'm going to move this. Move axis, Z, 10, and we're going to bring the bed up so it's 0, so it thinks that is 0, which is not. So we're going to set our probe offset. Probe Z offset. Okay, it is moving it, so at least they got some basic functionality, right? And they do tell you to set your offset, so. All right. I think we're ready to run the print. Actually, I'm going to do a level bed because I'm assuming their code probably doesn't have a G29 in it. Most don't. Oh, I see. Tor's got fish cam on. And the fishies like the cam.
You're late to the party.
The little Cory cats. I used to have Cory cats in my fish tank. They were adorable.
I love them. They like to sit on the light 3D experiment.
What was I going to do? Hang on. I was going to do something here.
But they leave the fish alone. They will drink the water, though. Oh.
Repair, I was going to do... Hang on. I was going to do something, and I can't remember what I was going to do now. So the double click to baby step doesn't come up on theirs. I think that's great. We're going to run a print. All right, so we're going to do they got XYZ-cube and benchy.g code. I'm going to do the cube because that's probably going to be quicker. So I will say, so here's a fun, oh no, never mind. I was about to say they use a thicker magnet than Creality used for their little floppy sheets, but it's just a thicker top sheet with the same crappy thin magnet that everybody uses.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to run a G29. We'll see if it runs a G29. Does their G code run a G29? Nope. No G29 at all.
Wait, what?
Their G code, their pre-sliced G code does not run a G29.
Does it have, what is it, M420?
It does have power loss recovery because they asked me if I wanted to resume the print, which means it's just writing to the SD card. So I'm assuming they're just going to have it.
Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Thank
what
you,
is the
sir.
difference between a collapsible set of steps and a 3D printer? The latter is the former, and the former is the latter.
That's funny. Oh yeah, I gotta send him. I had so much shit going on today. I didn't have a chance to send him get him a quote on the shipping for that SV06. It was SV06 or SV06 Plus. I will do that when we're done with the stream. We're almost done. All we got left to do is we're gonna do a G29. Actually, while it's running the print, I can do that. Aren't they coming out with a new Core XY? That'd be cool. I mean, I feel like that's where everybody's going towards. But and here's the thing: the Cartesian printers will always be around because of how cheap they are. Like,
yeah.
And to be completely honest, unless you're like trying to print super fast, the Cartesians are fine. Like, they work. This firmware is so slow. I'm wondering if the I'm looking at the bolt hole pattern here. I'm wondering if the CR10V2 ABL probe mount we already have will work on this printer.
It may. Let me Google.
All right. Well, after what, 5 minutes, it's finally done probing the bed. I'm going to go ahead and run a print here, and then while this print, after this print starts, I'm going to actually go and figure out what Eli's damages are going to be for sending us his box of printer. I'll pull
At
it up.
this rate, he's paying. He's prepaid.
Yeah, I mean,
super chats.
The problem is YouTube's taking 30% of that every time. It's better than nothing.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, but definitely much appreciated. All right, I'm pulling up my Eli, did you? Okay, you did send me your address. Good. All right, I'm going to make the order here. We're waiting for that to go. I can get some business stuff done. No, we actually we were rolling out a new analytics system, so we don't use Google Analytics. I don't like selling my customer information out to people. So we have our own that's self-hosted, so it's only on our servers, and we're just using that to like identify, you know, where people are going on the site and like what kind of stuff they're looking at, you know, to try to get better customer conversions here. So. You know what? I'm going to use the ticket number for the order number on these printer repair ones. I think what I have to do is I have to manually mark it as shipped to make the label come back to us. I have to manually mark it as shipped and set up a return. Home is where X0Y0Z0 is. We have that on a shirt. Actually, we have there's no place like home. Hang on.
Or there's no place like G28. Something like that.
Hang on. I typed in the wrong thing.
Why is it not scrolling my chat anymore?
Wow, that took forever to heat up. Where is it? There's no place. It's just called G28. I couldn't remember what I called it, but here. Bam. If you host on your own server, people also not block it. I block all track. Yeah, I use uBlock as well. Yeah, and I made the subdomain just something really generic, so it's not like. Oh, thank God they have baby stepping. Thank God. All right, let's see. That is the longest purge line I have seen. So it's moderately difficult to. I mean, actually, it's easier to see. Is this a vase mode cube? What is going on here? This is really weird. Do you see the print that this is doing? Like, what the hell is this doing? It did a layer, and then it did a second layer. What are we at? We're at... What is going on with this star G code? Or is it really that far from the bed? Hang on.
Yikes.
Hang on. No, it was just that far from the bed. That's why I always live adjust my Z offset instead of actually doing it the quote proper way, because the quote proper way doesn't always work correctly. But now we have it dialed in. I should just be able to restart this and it'll actually be at the correct height.
Yes, they do 3D experiments. Yes,
This will be a lot better with our firmware on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rumble, I'll give them this. Rumble only takes 10%, which I think that's fine. You're providing credit card processing and then deposits and stuff and the service itself. But I think 30% is a little much, to be completely honest. Like if I ran a service like this, I would probably take 10%. Like, because you got 3% for the credit card transaction fees, you know, and then you got all the services and stuff. You know, we have no problem paying for stuff. Like right now, StreamYard that we're using, we pay $50 a month for this system where we're able to pull everybody in and multi-stream, you know. All right, ignore any shipping email, Eli, because I have to manually mark this as shipped. Oh, wait, never mind. I can have it so it doesn't notify the customer. Because basically, I need to have an order that's shipped to then generate a return label for you to send. And then generate a return label here. So YR1327. And now that it's shipped, our virtual order shipped, I can see create return, printer shipping, continue. And he said it is going to be 25 by 23 by 9, and it weighs 30 pounds. All right, let's see.
Did they change the pins on the
What?
CR Touch? It looked like it that CR Touch had a plastic sleeve around it.
It's just heat shrunk. It's nothing special. All right, well, we're gonna let this go. This is printing fairly well, so giving all my gripes, like I bitch about everything, right? I try to be critical so you guys can see like what is good and what isn't on these machines. Now, this is printing really nice, so we're gonna let this go. Eli, I'm about to let you know how much is going to cost. So let's see. So if I ship it UPS to me, it's going to be like $24 for UPS ground. Let's see what USPS wants. USPS wants $59 to ship it. Yeah, so
$24 is not bad to ship a printer.
Yeah, so I can send that to you. I can send that label to you right now, actually, if you're okay with that. And it'll probably cost me about the same to ship it back to you. So basically, you'd be looking at like $50 for shipping for the after everything's said and done, to ship it here and then ship it back out to you. Let me know, Eli. If that's the case, I'll get it all written up here while we're waiting for this to go. Also, at this point now, since we're running a test print, if you guys want to ask any questions or hang out, Tor, Chris, if you guys got anything you want to talk about or share or chat, you can too. Now is the hangout time. Yeah, it looks clean. I mean, here's the thing. All in all, like given the like I said, I complain about a lot of stuff on the printers because I'm trying to be critical. I've gone through the ringer on printers. However, for the price point on this, like sub 200 is where my buying point is. Hence why I bought it when it dropped under $200. I really like it. Oh, is the bot on? The bot is not on. I want to find a bot that works on all these platforms because right now I use one that's on my local PC here. And I'm just not a fan. I will. Hey, can we give Sovol credit for not using a goddamn raft on their prints?
Right.
Like, can we just appreciate that they're.
But you gotta ding them for the like 50 millimeter or 50 gram thing of filament they sent, if even that.
All right, Eli, you should have an email from our shipping system, ShipStation, with the return label. And I'm going to add this to my tracking system right now. I'm going to put this in here. I have an app I use for tracking stuff. So I'm going to put here Eli printer And put your ticket number in here. And you can, it's already prepaid. So I'm going to send you a bill for that to pay in a sec here. But it's all prepaid. Just bring it to any UPS drop-off point, and you're good to go. And yeah, if it's 25 to get to you from you to me, it's going to be about the same to get it from me to you. So, yeah, at least we get like decent rates through ShipStation. I do like them. What kind of thermistors do I need to measure ambient temps inside my Creality tent? You can use any thermistor. It depends on what you're going to feed it into. So me personally, if you're not wanting to run it through your control board, a little ESP8266 with a DHT22, which actually I think we still have those two parts right now, would make a nice little Wi-Fi connected temperature readout. However, there are also, I'm trying to remember the brand they were. We used to carry them. But there's also little Bluetooth and Wi-Fi hydrometers with temperature readouts that are Bluetooth and they even have Wi-Fi. What was the brand?
Grove. Here, I think
Grove or Govee. Govee. Govee.
Yeah, Govee.
Yep.
I have one on my desk. I love them. They're great.
Yeah.
And they integrate with Home Assistant too, right out of the box.
Yeah, no, they work well. All right, I'm gonna write up. I'm gonna get Eli's order written up here. I'm assuming he has an account with us. That is printing really nice. I'm just looking at the preview here.
Yeah, it looks great.
It is printing really nice. Okay,
format.
like so far, I like what I see. Like I think for if you can get this for under $200, this is a pretty solid machine. I put this on here. I think I have a SKU for printer repair, don't I? I guess not.
I've always seen it as a custom charge.
Yeah, custom charge.
Because it's really dependent on what's done.
Yeah. I'm just going to make a private SKU here. Yeah, $179. I put the link in the description for Amazon for $179. I don't know if Sovol had it cheaper, or if they have it cheaper,
slice.
or if what's up?
I was answering JD.
Hi, Derek.
Derek, member for 30 months. I think he's the longest running person on here. I love Derek. Derek's been a fucking awesome customer. Like, we even hang out and play video games with him from time to time when he's not busy as shit. Which reminds me, we need to play some duck games soon.
Derek is all over the community. He's great.
He really is.
Stock on the 235 plates. You're going to extend the Halloween discount. We won't be. We're waiting on more plates to come in. So that whole product line is getting like refreshed and updated. We're discontinuing some sizes. We're not discontinuing the 235s though. I want to be clear. I'm just waiting on the next batch to come in.
If you see them not on the site, it's just because we're going to be refreshing it, not because
they're
discontinued.
Yeah.
Some are discontinued, but it's just the unpopular sizes. But 235s are good.
Yeah, we'll add more sizes in as we restock, but the 235s, they're already shipped to us. Actually, I got to add those. I posted the tracking numbers in our internal system, but I haven't added them to my tracking app.
They're in Teams. Soon.
What's that?
I said soon. It's how when the plates are going to be in.
Soon. Oh, soon. Hang on. Do I have this? Oh, it's covered by a sticker. The soon trademark.
Yeah. I was waiting for. I think Tim was waiting for the manufacturer.
Oh, actually, that reminds me.
Oh yeah.
I did get actually, Tor. If you want to update our product page, they got back to us. The The carbon content on our carbon fiber is 15%,
Sweet.
which is actually pretty high. I was expecting it to be lower, and I do have the. I do have.
Do you mean
I have an MSDS. I haven't looked at it.
Derek? Do you mean MSDS, not TDS?
Yeah, TDS stands for total dissolved solids. Then why is this not syncing? WeChat, why do you not sync my shit?
Hey, Derek, check Discord.
The carbon fiber is a powder. Tor, you can add that to the thing too. I think is this the MSDS for PLA? We carry a bunch of stuff from this company, so I'm trying to see if.
Yes, this is a direct drive.
Oh, I think this is just the MSDS for their PLA. I'll have to figure out how to get this on my computer. It's stuck on my phone because WeChat won't sync it. I'm honestly probably just going to ask them to send me MSDS for all the materials we carry because they only sent me the PLA one. All right. I'm writing up the invoice right now here for Eli. I mean, I will say the printer's fairly quiet right now. The loudest thing is the layer fan.
We will be adding our Easy ABL to this.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of it. So I'm going to do what we did, to everything, which is we're going to go ahead and get it working stock, and then we'll release the firmware. This will probably be part of the Sovol V. I think we have a V4X. I'm assuming that it says a V4X. Once this is done printing, I'm going to pull it and see what's inside it. But it's printed really nice. We don't have a technical data sheet for that stuff. I can request it. I'll be honest, I don't really care about stuff like that because most of our customers don't. All right, hang on. Sorry, I'm doing stuff on my computer here. Yeah, it's going to be a Creality board inside. Also, a lot of the Chinese companies where like the filament comes from, unless they're a really big one, like I think Polymaker has that stuff, but they're huge. Most of them don't have. They don't have like the capabilities to do that, and they don't spend the time to do that. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not going to make stuff up. All right. I think I got that good. I don't think I have. I'll put that under technical support. All right. I got Eli's invoice coming up here. So I'm only going to put a 50% deposit for the labor because I'm going to bill everything out after because I want to see where we're getting ourselves into. And then put this here.
Well, I'm gonna get off here.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Krista. Why is this not? Hang on. Calculate. Come on. Oh my God. Stopping stupid system. Still like in the process of getting all the printer repair stuff like streamlined, so my apologies for that. All right, I got it. I'm going to send you an email right now. There we go. It should have the deposit and the shipping. I guarantee it's going to be a lot cheaper than what you could get from the UPS store for shipping rates. We get pretty good discounted rates. You're also not that far from us, so if you were further, like you're in California, like California, shipping to California is really expensive unless you're by California. I want to get this done, so I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to set the feed rate to 200%, and I'm going to see what the firmware will let this do.
Yeah, that is really looking really good. I love that film.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is Loyal Moses filament from Polymaker. I bought 2 rolls of it. I also got a roll of 3D Print General stuff too. So even at 200% feed rate, they're capping this printer pretty hard in the firmware. I'm going to see if I can change any of those settings. Oh, they actually let me. They do have the acceleration on this Tor is only at 500 for default.
Why?
I'm going to do like 2,500 here.
That is painful.
Yeah.
I mean, great quality print. Haha.
It's easy to do good quality when you're running it slow as dog shit. At least they have the menu options here to like adjust it.
Already moving faster. All right, so just above the.
So I just set the jerk to. Oh dear God! I set the jerk to 9 and the Excel to 2,500.
So where you change that is just at the start of the point of the X. So we'll
hey Tor, is it moving fast enough? Is it moving faster, Tor?
Much faster.
It is keeping up though.
Yeah, the hot end setup didn't look too bad on it.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly happy with this. Like I bought this with my own money. I'm happy with what I paid for at this point. Even with the knockoff power supply. Like not bad for a sub $200 printer. Look how much it's shaking the freaking the bed's not really moving, the printer's not shaking that much. However, the desk it's on is shaking. And this is a pretty solid desk. The camera is actually what's shaking. So if I hold the camera, it noticeably doesn't shake as much, but the printer is shaking the camera because the camera is clamped to the table the printer is on. I'm very pleasantly surprised about this. We've had 2 good printers in a row. Actually, 3 good printers. The S8 Pro was pretty good. I mean, you can see the ringing there. It's not bad. So the S8 Pro was good, and that was about $169. This is like $179. That was good. The KP3S that we messed with yesterday, I really like that printer. We've had like 3 back-to-back cheap printers that have been pretty decent.
Yeah, and all of them have gone on sale for.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, really out of the 3 we've looked at on the channel, I really like this one out of all of them. Look at it. And this could probably, if this is a 422 board, this could be a candidate for an easy board upgrade.
Oh, it shouldn't be too bad. Apparently, everybody in chat was saying it was 422.
That's what I would assume it is a 422. Eli, did you get my order confirmation for the repair? I don't know if he's still in chat.
3D.
I just want to make sure he got it.
3D Experiments. It is a standard 12864 with the EXP 1 and 2 headers removed, and it should fit in a medium or large tent. Anything that will fit.
Hey, Tor, was that a shrimp I just saw swimming past?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, the camera that Tor's using for his fish tank camera, this is one of our easy cams.
I need to focus it and clean the glass a little
Yeah,
bit,
you need.
but-
Yeah, you need it. Yeah, your tank's a little dingy.
Well, I
Yeah.
have the right above or right under the camera is where the pleco likes to hang out, and he just sits there and shakes his tail and kicks crap up.
Yeah.
Hello.
You should only be one. Well, there was. Oh, I think I accidentally sent two. It doesn't matter. It's the same invoice number. A 3 experience. I'm gonna pull the trigger. 6% back with Prime with slower shipping, so really cheap. Make sure you use our affiliate link in the description. I would really appreciate it. As much as I dislike Amazon, I know everybody uses it, so we got that affiliate link, man. Every little bit helps. I do legitimately use a lot of the affiliate money we get for, like for buying machines. Like it goes into the pot of money that I use to buy printers. So, you know, and with things being so slow this year, like, you know, every little bit helps.
Awesome.
I like this a lot. Like, I'm really impressed with it. I already know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to solid bed mount it. I'm going to get the filament sensor working on there. The steps I'm going to do it in, I'm going to get the full stock firmware done. Then I'm going to get the filament sensor supported. And then I'll get the easy ABL on there. Which means there's going to be another video messing with this printer.
Very soon.
The stock cooling on this board is actually pretty, or on this printer is actually pretty decent. I just realized that it's bridging nice. That fan is a little loud. It sounds like the bearings are kind of like, eh.
I mean, with how bad the frame was, not surprised the fan is going out as well.
I mean, luckily we carry the fan, so whatever. Maybe there's a 5015 upgrade duct someone already made for it. I mean, we haven't had any under extrusion. Like, this is printing great. Awesome, Eli. I'll mark that invoice as completed. That's just for the deposit and the shipping, and then I'll make a new one and send it to you once the printer's already done. I'll send you pictures and video of the machine. Actually, we'll probably do a stream, so you'll probably see your own printer on here. Will that be weird seeing your own printer on the YouTube channel?
You can make live requests for upgrades.
Right. All right. Yeah, this Loyal Green is nice. I'm glad I picked it up. And I'm not a big fan of like green color filament, but I like his filament. I don't know if it's because it's darker.
Yeah, the lighter greens are.
I could have got a little closer on the Z.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it was hard to tell. But so you got to remember, we sped this up halfway through. It still looks pretty damn good. Like you can see, there's a little more ringing, but this handled the faster speeds pretty well. Like input shaping, we'll tune that out. So we get our firmware on here. We'll get input shaping, and we will get our firmware on here.
But this is a good example of difference in setting changes can make in the quality of your prints as well.
Yeah.
You can
yeah, So here's the thing. We do have a little under extrusion here. The lever, I noticed the extruder lever was not fully, like I didn't adjust it. I gave it a little more tension and it went away. So that was just an adjustment on the extruder. But it was not like, it wasn't tensioned very much from the factory. So on this printer, like I don't know if you guys saw me reach over a little bit ago when I saw it under extrude there. I just unscrew this, which then puts more tension. It pushes a nut onto a spring, which puts more tension on this lever. That's what fixed it. So, but yeah, no, all in all, this printer's damn good out of the box. I like it. I'm not upset that I bought it. I really need to get Sovol. I really need to get Sovol to send me their printers to actually review, because we buy their machines. They review really well typically. Well, they don't send us printers. They need to send us some printers, I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to take this off of here. I won't live stream it if you think it's that bad. I won't make fun of you. I'll make comments. I definitely am going to make comments, but I have seen a lot of bad machines. So I really, you're probably overestimating how badly you've messed up the printer.
Yeah,
luckily, I just realized that the only reason I agreed, I typically don't like shipping printers. However, the Sovol has linear rods, so it's really hard. It's a lot harder for them to get messed up in transit versus like a V-roller one. And that's the only reason I was agreed to do a mail-in service. Because the ones with the V-slot, good luck. I won't be able to be like, oh yeah, I can make sure the printer prints really well and ship it to you, and it's still going to print really well. All right. It is a 422 with a Gigadevice chip. So chat was right. Holy crap, I'm glad I didn't promise to take any shots or drink because Sovol is after my heart with their creme ferals on everything. Oh my God, the manufacturers are finally listening. But this also means that we'll be able to get some easy board action going on in here. We'll just have to make a little guide on using jumpers to adapt the CR Touch to our board, like we did with the SV06. Use some jumper wires.
Does that not have a standoff?
What's that?
That board looked kind of loose. Does that not have a standoff on that side? Or is that just the case itself? Oh, no.
No, it doesn't have one over here. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, nothing really to write home about in here, which is good, aside from, hey, they properly terminated shit. It's got a board that you're able to update firmware on. You can run the NeoPixels off this one because it's got the Gigadevice chip that can actually run the STM code. I'm happy with what I see. I'm not going to complain. So I'll probably end up putting our board in here. I think I'm going to keep this printer. Like, I don't think I'm going to put in the print farm. I don't think it's going to get sold. I think I'm going to keep this for my little personal fleet here. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me before we wrap this up? I'm going to go ahead and remove this second camera here. And we got Tor's fish cam going. Yeah. Come on, Comet, do it. There it is. There's the Comet. There's the Comet being needy. And here's the Remo. Come here, Remo. Come on. Come on.
My cats
is it all metal hot end? Let me check. The easiest way to tell if it's an all metal or not is by looking at the heat break. And I'm going to see if I can get in there and look
how thick it is.
Let me take my hat off so I can get in here. I can't tell. Move the silicone sock out of the way. It does take an MK8 hot end. Judging by the width of the heat break, it is not an all metal. It looks like it's PTFE lined. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a thick boy. She a thick boy. Hang on. Let me get you guys in here. So I don't know if you guys can get to see the heat break. No, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it at any camera angle I can give you. Let me see if I move it back further. Oh, there you go. So you see how thick it is? That's definitely a PTFE line. You can see like right up in here. Hang on. Right up in here above there. You can see
it's kind of hard to see on video, yeah.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna see if I can focus it. Let me go to manual focus. So you can see it there. You see the heat break, how thick it is?
Yeah.
That's a PTFE line. So they probably have a really tiny piece of PTFE up in the heat break right here above where my Allen key is pointing. That's the heat break. That looks like it's PTFE line. So will my V6 heat break work on here? I don't know. This is probably going to have some weird one. I am going to drop it out. So I don't usually tear too much into the machines at this point in the streams. This is kind of just supposed to be like an initial impression. We look at the electronics, which we did on this printer. It's really simple to get to. And then kind of go from there. So all in all, I do think it is a good value. I would not pay more than $200 for it. I would set that as my upper limit. If you guys, like I said, if you guys do want to support us and you guys pick the printer up, you can use our Amazon affiliate link in the channel or in the video description, which I would greatly appreciate. Do you guys have any other questions? Eli wants us to live stream. Okay, we got it here in writing. It's forever immortalized. He wants his printer live streamed.
Should be a fun one.
I think that'll be scheduled on the same day that we do the next printer roast. What do you think?
Just add it in.
An in-person printer roast. I was thinking about putting a printer roast together like sometime next week because what do we got? The 27th, 28th. I was thinking like the 30th, 31st. Like do kind of have like because last time we did one was around this time. I was thinking like putting together a roast me stream like basically October 31st. We'll do a roast me stream. Do you see this dog? If you guys want a dog that's needy as shit and thinks that it's an 80-pound lap dog, then go to Golden Retriever. They're great.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he is a good boy. He just wants pets. That's all he wants. He doesn't want treats or anything. He just wants pets.
Well, the first half of the stream, Puff was just sitting on my lap the entire time.
Hi, sir. Where's your brother? Remo, come here. Come on. Come on, up. Come on, up. Come on, up. He's not jumping in my lap. You are. Come on. Up. You got to say hi to everybody. You know the drill. Come on, up. Come on. Do you want a treat? Then you got to go up. Come on, up. You're not getting a treat if you don't come up. There we go. There's the baby.
He understood that.
He just made me bite my tongue. There he is. Look at the big boy. He's only a little bit bigger than Comet. There we go. Yeah. All right. Can I put you down? He only wants to cuddle on his terms. He tolerates it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Comet is definitely like, I'll do the up. I'll do the up. All right. Well, we're going to give the good boys their treats. Yeah. Oh, get down. Hey, get down. Sit. Don't push me back, you little shit. Speak. Sit. Good boy. Comet, you just get one because you're a good boy. Come here. Comet, come here. You got to show. Come on, dance, monkeys, dance. Come on. Come on, dance, monkeys, dance. Get down. Sit. Remo is the expert at catching food. I'm waiting for Comet to finish his. Ready, Comet? Comet, sit. Do not take his food. Comet, ready? And Comet fumbled it every time. All right. Did you see him? Did you see him
Just
jump
rip
over?
over the printer box?
Because he thought Remo was going to take the treat out of his mouth. Which, to be fair, he's done that to him. So,
It's like, no, mine.
yeah. Anyways, well, I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Eli, I'm looking forward to messing with your machine. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I'm kind of doing like what Louis Rossman does if we start streaming like people's printers and shit. Because like he streams people's repairs on their MacBooks and stuff. You know, although the thing that sucks is like small stuff like MacBooks and stuff are way easier to ship, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching the stream. I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. Definitely buy under 200. Do not spend more than 200 on this for stock printer. But under 200, 2 thumbs up. I'm very happy with it. Printed really well. The build quality is good. Aside from, like I said, the squaring issue, and that's probably just my machine.
Yeah, I've
because
seen
of the
some
bottom
other
frame.
reviews, and they've seemed pretty decent.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I do like their design choices. I like the wire management. It's super simple, but it works.
Mhm.
We got a decent board that we can actually update. Yes, it's a Gigadevice chip, but it's funny because I used to hate the Gigadevice chips, and then the HC32s came out. It's like, well, yeah,
At least
these
it's
are worse.
not that.
Yeah, at least it's not that. At least I can update the firmware. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. Also, I did update the video notification. If you guys want to get notified when we go live, we sent out a link to YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. When we go live, you guys can get notifications of new videos, and we send them out. I'm going to post the link in there. The URL still says YouTube notification sign up link, but it's just video sign up because we're on all the different platforms. I like to hit as many people as we can. So anyways, also make sure to check out our Spooloween sale that ends on October 31st, 2023. I'm saying the year because this video is going to be up for past that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys all for hanging out and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And as always, happy printing. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye now.
Have a good night.